Okay, greetings everybody. I am starting the recording on our training today on the new rules regarding Title II ADA accessibility and our public library websites. The rule has come down through the U.S. Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. And the requirement is that all websites and mobile apps provided by government and public entities that fall under Title II of the Americans with Disability Act are to be fully accessible. Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act does include public libraries, includes public schools, it includes local governments, any of those entities. And you can basically think about this as expanding our building access, our physical building access to our public library websites and to any public government websites. The presentation today will cover the basics of what these new rules require, who will be affected, when this will go into effect, and how, as a public library with a website, you can take steps to be in compliance. We will be discussing a few specific items about Lean Wisconsin websites and what we are planning to do for anybody who's in our program through WVLS, Northern Waters, IFLIS, or Winding Rivers. If you have a website with us, we will be doing some specific things, but this is a very general, broad presentation, and we'll be covering mostly the high level discussion of what this rule pertains to. So the quick and brief overview and takeaway. The 4 key points that you need to be aware of in managing your public library website and with accessibility in this rule are ADA standards, understanding that there is a technical standard that websites will be held to after the compliance dates. The second is our compliance dates. You need to know what your service population is so you know which date you need to be in compliance by. Number 3 is knowing the penalties for compliance, which essentially is knowing that any penalties, if your website is to be found not in compliance by a user of your website and reported to the ADA, the penalties are very similar, if not exactly the same as would be for if your building access was out of compliance. So you would be asked to remediate or fix your website, or there may be an injunction applied, or there's also the possibility of civil damages that would be applied. Number 4 is knowing the current status of your library website. And this is going to be looking at the website design accessibility, which is the fundamental underlying structure of your website, and then your website content accessibility, which addresses how new information is added to your website, including alternative text for images, how you go about uploading PDFs or using other documents, and other things like using text instead of images. Specifically for point 4 and just about our current status of our websites, we'll be going into much greater detail on this on our next website training, which will cover website accessibility essentials. We have done 1 training of this already. We will do another one this week and probably several more of these. It has been recorded. It is available on our training website, and we will cover this in much more detail in the future. Note that one major thing is we expect things to evolve rapidly, I hope, in regards to how we go about implementing these rules. Specifically, our platforms like WordPress and our themes like Divi do not necessarily have a lot of these tools built into their structure yet. We believe that the US government is using this rule as an opportunity to push content management programs to make these features more embedded, ingrained, built in, natively part of their programs. So and because large governments need to do this now, schools need to do this now, universities need to do this, and public libraries, there's going to be a large market for individuals who are going to be asking and needing these technical abilities to be built into their platforms. That said, it means that the how of how things are going to be done, the specifics will probably change as we are teaching them over the next several years and hopefully thereafter. As a rule, I hope this means that the change will be easier, that things will happen more easily by just being clicks of buttons rather than digging through code. But we don't know that for sure. We just ask you that you come along for the ride and stay tuned as these all come together. This next section is going to cover several frequently asked questions or things that are key points of knowledge for understanding how the ADA affects your website. We're going to be talking about what is required by the ADA for website accessibility, what is a little bit about what the technical standard is that they are using to measure websites by, whether or not your website is fully accessible now or why it isn't. When does your website need to be in full compliance? What content on your website needs to be accessible, and who is responsible for that accessibility? What is required by the ADA for website accessibility? To put it in a very short and summarized way, an individual using any kind of assistive technology to access a website and content on the internet and to perform actions should be able to do it as easily as anybody using traditional technology tools. We'll talk some more about what those assistive technologies are, but a very specific example, or one very broad example could be a person who can't use a mouse due to a physical inability should still be able to navigate, search, and click in order to find out what time a program is offered at your library. Another specific example is a person who cannot see the screen should be able to listen to a screen reader read information from your web page in order to find out what new materials are available and be able to place a hold on their selected title. So any function that any individual needs to do library specific on your website should be able to be done without a mouse, without visually being able to see the screen, or without any other, or with other limited access or assistive technologies. The more complex answer to what is required is that it is required that your website comply with the technical standard Website Content Accessibility Guidelines, or WCAG 2.1 Level 2 AA. It's a big mouthful, and we'll talk a little bit about what that guideline is, but that is the guideline that specifically outlines the requirements that allow these assistive technologies to interact with the design and content on your website. So what is WCAG 2.1 Level AA? In short, it is a set of technical standards for international standards for interacting with a website. It's a long document, and it can be seen in the notes. I will have a link directly to it, but here's the overview document of what it is. As you can see here, there's a lot of sub features on here, and each one of these goes deeper into a technical standard. Good news for you, you do not need to read this and learn it and memorize it. This is not something that if you are using certain things, or if you are through Lean Wisconsin, I should say, you don't need to know this by heart. You are responsible for making sure that this is implemented, though. In short, though, a way to look at it is what are these technical functions that need to happen? It breaks it down into four main areas: the perceivable content or functions, which is text alternatives for non-text content. So if you have an image on your website and it's conveying important information, there needs to be written text available for that so that a screen reader or other machine reading can interpret the information on your website. Adaptable content, so that images can be seen in different ways. And visuals need to be distinguished from other things. So if you have multimedia on your website and you have audio, there needs to be a text version of that. If there is video and somebody cannot engage with the video, there needs to be an alternative for that. Operable items are how you navigate through a website. If you can't use a mouse, what are the other options? If you can't use a touch screen, what are the options? Keyboarding and being able to tab through a website, having enough time before something times out and circulates. So right now many of our websites have that post slider. Is that something that all individuals can interact with? There are physical reactions to content. Many of our websites don't have this, but we don't recommend having large visuals or large audio that auto plays. There may be individuals who are sensitive to sound, sensitive to a flashing light. It can induce a seizure. It can create sensitivities for those with sensory issues or challenges. So we want to keep our elements on our website to a minimum and within considering those things, or giving individuals the opportunity to turn off those features. Other navigable features allow somebody to navigate if they can't see. We'll talk a lot more about that in website essentials training. And then also inputs are very important. Being able to understand how to fill out a form. If you can't see the fields of the form, is there an audio text based cue that will tell somebody how to navigate through inputting information onto your website? Then there's the understandable piece. Part of this is making text itself visible for visual, and we're looking at we're also looking at a clear font. We're looking at contrast, and we're also looking at language use and making things readable to multiple levels of understanding. Predictability is important. It's a lot of times fun to do fun, flashy things. Normally on our library websites, we tend to be a little more on the boring side, so that it helps people understand there's consistency and predictability to how a website would work. And then there's also input assistance, which is helping avoid and correcting mistakes, preventing error, and helping suggest how to navigate. And then the robustness of your website is just how well does it function with different types of assistive technologies. And a lot of this comes from just being well formulated and well designed. And again, a lot of this also hopefully will become more of a standard as as website platforms evolve in their back end technology in order to support these integrations. There's some barriers and some challenges here, but in the end, all of this is going to be to the benefit of any website user. Also, just to clarify, WCAG 2.1 level AA is a standard of 2.1, and the level AA is slightly lower than the AAA rating and slightly higher than a single A rating. And also just to be aware that while this has been the technical standard to which the rule is being written, there is already WCAG 2.2 coming out, and they are constantly refining this and updating it. But right now, the standard that you will be expected to be in compliance with as of these dates will be the 2.1 level AA. So why isn't my website fully accessible now? It looks good to me. We briefly touched on a few of those underlying things, and the fact that most of our websites are not designed specifically with assistive technology in mind. And because many of our platforms have become much more, or our websites have become much more complicated and graphic in the last few years. If you had a website back in the early 90s, like the Library of Congress in 1996, your website was highly text-based. And the Library of Congress had a pretty flashy website for the 90s, had a couple of images, had a logo, had some image links to different places, which are all broken links now. But I'm looking in the Wayback Machine, and this is what it looked like to be on the internet in the 90s. The links here are all clearly underlined and stand out. It's mostly text, and if a screen reader were to be reading this, it should have no trouble following the direction of the text and the content, and identifying links and reading out the information. Unfortunately, for accessibility, our websites have become highly graphic, highly interactive. Information is not presented in a top-down linear direction all of the time. And as these websites become graphic and visual and dynamic, we've lost a lot of that accessibility, those accessibility features. And they've been racing to try to keep up, but the technology to be able to interpret an image as text just isn't there, even with AI yet. We're working on it, it's coming, but it's not there. Also, as the platforms have evolved, they've mainly evolved, like WordPress has evolved to support a lot more of this graphic and dynamic content. They haven't in all cases, or in many cases, backstopped it with the technology on the back end to interact with an assistive device. Again, we will go over a lot more of this in detail during our essentials training. And what we will be focusing on for all of you, because a lot of this is going to fall on your website designer. So if you are with Lean Wisconsin, the website design is going to be something that we will primarily take responsibility for. And we will talk about our responsibilities to you as that comes down. The other piece, though, that falls heavily on libraries is the website content. And we have been adding more and more content. This is when you add information about a post or information to your website calendar, or a new page to your website. Images, the content like images, posters, PDFs, require different steps in order to make sure that they convert their content into machine readable formats. Major thing here is that if you post a picture of a poster with the time, the date, location, and other information about a program, a screen reader cannot understand that content. It will just read a blank. And a person coming to your website trying to gain information about what's going on that cannot visually see your web page will get a blank, and there will be no information provided. PDFs, unfortunately, as documentation, are not guaranteed to be fully accessible. You have to go through several different steps to make sure that the information on a PDF is readable by a screen reader and other content. So we're going to be looking at some new best practices and alternatives for training to make sure that you have that ability to do that. But right now, we're probably just uploading a bunch of stuff to our website, assuming it looks good, and moving on. So when does my website need to be in full compliance? It is based on your service population. For the vast majority of our library websites and most library websites in the state of Wisconsin, if your service population is below 50,000, as many of you are, you have until April 26th, 2027. There's a few websites specifically that in Lean Wisconsin that we manage. The only one that is a library that Lean Wisconsin manages would be MCPL, Marathon County Public Library, and our systems that we believe would consider serving a population above 50,000. So the WVLS, the IFLS, the Northern Waters websites themselves would need to be in compliance by April 24th, 2026. So for the vast majority of you, we have a couple of years to learn about this and to get this up and rolling. But this is your fair warning, and we're going to start the conversation now. We're going to freak out. We're going to have our questions. We've already done that. We've been moving towards a lot of accessibility. Now it's time to take the steps to make sure that we are following through with everything that we have been talking about. What content on my website needs to be accessible? The very simple answer is all of it. But there's a much more complex answer. The complex answer is that we need to pay attention to a lot of details. And as I said earlier today, and I'm going to reinforce this, the rule of thumb is if a person needs to interact with it to perform a library service function, it needs to be WCAG 2.1 level AA compliant. This also includes resources your library contracts with. So in our case, all of our library catalogs that we contract with somebody to provide, those catalogs, online catalogs, need to be fully compliant. We as the provider of that website are responsible for contracting with a third-party vendor to provide a product that is fully compliant. So this is going to come and ripple out to a lot of our services. If we provide it as a service, it needs to be compliant. And if a person needs to interact with it to access a library service, it needs to be compliant. So all aspects of our website design need to be compliant. New content added after the compliance date needs to be compliant. Third-party content or services or tools. And something that we are not going to talk about heavily here, but is very important for all libraries to understand, is any social media posts and content must be compliant by your compliance date. So anything that the library puts out there, I don't know many that have their own website app or mobile apps, because we don't have as systems, we don't have a catalog app yet. But if you have created your own apps, or if you are using any kind of social media or any other electronic communication, these need to be compliant. I believe it will also roll out to email newsletters that they need to be in full compliance. We can create a form for talking about this, but I'm out of my depth in training on it. And again, I believe that this rule is going to push the large companies like Meta and X and Instagram is included in Meta, Snapchat, TikTok. These platforms are going to have to develop compliance if they're going to our accessibility compliance tools, if they're going to keep their government contracts or government agencies using their site. And schools and universities. And there's just so many that I believe that this is going to force some of these platforms to up their game. There are some very limited exceptions. There's 5 specific exemptions from the accessibility rules on your website. We believe 2 of them are very similar and can be rolled into archive information not being actively used. And this falls for archival information that was published prior to your compliance date. This would include 2 different types of things. And if you have library board packets, for example, if you have library board packets from 2024 that contain PDFs and other information, but you plan to never make a change to that, it's just there so somebody can go back and look at it as an archive, and you've probably even saved it into an archive space. I have a couple of examples of that. In that case, that would be considered an exemption from the rule. The other place would be if you have, and this is probably more pertinent to anybody who is doing archival and digitization, if you have content like a local newspaper that you are uploading to your website and it has content within it that was published prior to the date. So if you publish a local newspaper articles from 1980s, for example, those would be considered exempt. If you are a resource for publishing current newspaper archives, anything after the 2026 or 2027 date, whichever applies to you, would need to be fully accessible, but anything historic can be remaining. There's a lot of gray area in here. We will be learning more about this, but for the most part, if you plan to never touch it and it's just there as an archive and it's already there, it's grandfathered in. The other exception would be links to a third-party information that isn't a direct library service. This is a little gray, but we believe that this would be something like if you were to link on your local resources page to a food pantry that is not a government agency, maybe it's a 501c3 and their website is not fully accessible, that is not a problem. You are not responsible for a nonprofit that you are linking to on your local resources page, and it's not considered a library service. So if it's not a library service and you provide third-party information on your website, or if in some cases people are actually adding content to your website. I don't know any libraries who are doing this, but have outside parties who are uploading information to your website as a resource out to the community, that if it's not a library resource, it doesn't need to be in full compliance. Old social media posts and content. That is the other area. Once again, this is going forward as of the compliance date. You need to be in compliance on social media. Anything that is currently being posted prior to your compliance date, you don't need to worry about it now. It's good to start practicing and getting in the habit of different things. If you want a really good example of a compliant, probably compliant website or social media post, look at like the national parks posts on Facebook or Instagram. They will include alternative text with a full description of the image that they're using. They will often include some other statements that seem superfluous if you're able to look at the content, but if you realize it's being read by a screen reader, then it would be considered accessible content. Who is responsible for my website being ADA accessible? The library. That doesn't mean you're out there being left alone, hung out to dry, figuring this all out on your own. But even if your site is hosted and supported by Lean Wisconsin, or if you've hired a paid web designer to maintain your website, or if you contract with another vendor, or maybe through your ILS or through your school district to provide your website, the library administration is still the final responsible entity for ensuring that the website is in compliance with the new ADA standards. For Lean Wisconsin websites, if you are contracted with us and using the Divi theme, we are committed to supporting the accessibility compliance. We've been committed to improving accessibility all along. This gives us a technical standard to work towards and the opportunity to create training and your engagement in actually doing this and doing it on a time frame that is now known rather than a nice project for the future. But as a website manager, you are going to be responsible for future design changes and the content added to your website. So anybody who may start with an accessible designed website, whether it be through us at Lean Wisconsin, or if you're through your school, or if you're contracting with a web designer, if they hand you a website that is accessible designed, you are still responsible for making sure everything that goes on that website or any changes to the design are kept fully accessible. We want you to be successful. We as the team at Lean Wisconsin want to be able to give you the tools, and we want to make our websites the highest quality that we can for those needing to use our service. So we are doing the best we can to learn on our side and to then share that information with you. But in the end, it is going to be up to every library to maintain their own website. We're going to take a few minutes to talk about the differences between design and content on your website. These are the two major areas that website accessibility can be broken down into. We are going to keep it large and broad as of a discussion today. We will be covering more details on these, not all of the details by far, but in the website accessibility essentials training on Thursday, we will talk about some of the specific technical aspects of accessibility, what can be done now on websites, what we will be working towards, and what features we hope will become part of our platforms as they develop and evolve. Let's talk about accessible elements of website design. So the design of your website is the fundamental underlying structure that your content is added to. And there are four main areas of website design, and each have components that have accessibility considerations. In general, designing for accessibility results in overall good website design, and this is going to be a benefit as it will make a website easier to use across the board because they have been designed to this standard, whether you're doing it through traditional technology or whether you're using adaptive technology. The main areas of website design are structure, readability, navigation, and features. Structure is how the website is organized. We had looked at this Library of Congress page as an example, and obviously right here you have the logo of the Library of Congress, and you have, it looks like, headings with 4 key areas, 5 key areas, I can't count, and some text and some navigation information underneath each of that text. This would be fairly easy for a screen reader to read down. If we look at some of our modern website designs, and maybe I'll just pull up, let's see. I've been picking Spooner a lot because you do have, Spooner has given some thought, especially to their, let's see, their building project. So the Spooner website is looking at a new building project, and with building project updates, notice that there are some text there's a header, some text information, then over to the side you have a few more boxes. You have history of the project coming down over on this side, another update that flows down, some more, and as you roll down, there's a lot of information on this page, and it may not always be linear. You may have embedded, or like, it's more like reading a magazine where you have a sidebar over here, you have a sign up for a newsletter over there. On the back end, the major part of the structure is that the screen reader can read through this in a logical order and not jumping around and breaking up the information. So that's structure. The readability involves contrast. A dark background with very bright text, like white on this dark green, or black text on a white background, is high contrast, extremely readable. And so there is an actual measure of how contrast and how readable text is, and we need to reach that level AA on contrast. Text size and font choice, using text and not clip art of text. Again, a screen reader, a computer cannot read words that are printed in a graphic. So we need to be making sure that we actually have text. Third, navigation tools. A major alternative to a mouse is using a keyboard to navigate. And go to a web page and try using the tab button and arrow keys to move around a web page. A fully accessible web page, which, let's see, this page should be, you can see as I tab, I am moving through different areas, and my screen reader, as I'm tabbing, would be reading it to me. Or if I don't need it read, but I can't use a mouse, I can still use the arrow, the tab, shift tab. I can hit enter and it will take me to that location. And then I can tab within that location, and it is very clear and easy to do. So that's navigation. Unfortunately, that is not inbuilt into many of our platforms at this point. Links should stand out. So if you have a link, and again, the example over here where a link is underlined and it is a different color, and in this case, it even gives a pop-up definition, or it might even tell you if it's going to go to another page. This is all, or it may have it built into the back where it says it's going to jump to a certain location. That's the other part of navigation. And finally, features. Features is really where we've gotten ourselves hung up in the last few years. It is so much fun to add fun things to a website, and things that do different things and show different, show graphics and show video and flashy animation. Keeping it simple is going to be the best rule of thumb for having a navigable and an understandable website. Again, we were talking about animations that can trigger a health issue like a seizure. Loud, unexpected audio, distracting animations can be bad for those with sensory or ADHD concerns. Even something as simple as an online form that doesn't have a written text description makes, or having a capable of keyboard navigation means you can't fill out a form on a website. All of these are nicely summarized from the WebAIM resources with the website accessibility for designers. This is looking at the back end design, and we will be going through this step by step in the website accessibility essentials next week. Or sorry, later this week. So what is the divided responsibility? Again, this is specific to lean websites, but think of it if you are contracting with another website vendor as to what that vendor's responsibility would be. For Lean Wisconsin, our responsibility in design will be to design all new websites to accessible standards to the best of our ability at this point. We will then create an audit and redesign and retrofit for existing websites. We won't have probably time to rebuild everybody's website from scratch, but we will be working on ways to retrofit and bring our existing websites up to standards. And we will be staying up to date and using the latest features and design tools as they come available so that we can create these website designs. As for what a public library's role is, it kind of depends on how you interact with your website. So if you have a Lean Wisconsin website and you do the extreme minimum on one end of the spectrum, and your library staff have minimal interaction with your website, and you only change basic text or add content through blog posts or website calendars, and you don't even upload an image ever, then you would have very little impact on your accessible website design. The other extreme is where you have taken control of your website, you are regularly adding new pages, you are redesigning existing pages, you are adding new plugins, you're using a variety of Divi modules, or adding third-party content to your website. We love this. We love it that you do this. We love that you engage with your website. But you need to have staff who are highly aware and trained in website accessibility, or are working closely with us or your trusted designer, if it's not Lean Wisconsin, to establish design procedures and to regularly test your website through accessibility scans. And accessibility scans is something we will be covering during the website accessibility essentials training. Most libraries are going to fall somewhere in the middle. You will change and add existing content through blog posts and website calendars, but you may occasionally create a new page. You may upload images with your blog posts, and you might want to use Divi to add new features to your website. You will need to be aware of checking new pages and updated pages for accessibility design compliance through the access scan, and then coming back to us if you're finding that you are having problems with that. Staying up to date, untrained on best practices is going to be the best thing you can do. Now we'll talk about accessible elements of website content. Website content includes anything that you are adding to your website. And this is going to be text, pictures, documents, or information that is displayed by your website features. So text information is if you have a high contrast, legible font already in the design of your website, you would be fine. Once you have the design there, you don't have to worry about when you add text to your website. The most accessible website would be a plain old single page HTML website with black text on a white background and no links and no menus and nothing going anywhere else. That ship has sailed. We are far beyond that. Websites are evolved drastically and we want more. So our content is going to be more complex. We started adding pictures, for example. Graphics and images are the next major piece of content on your website. But until AI comes a lot further along, screen readers and search engines or web crawlers, search engine web crawlers, can't read an image. They can't read text that you've put in as an image. You can only do that with human eyes. So if you're adding a picture, or more importantly, if you're adding a poster that has words on it, you need to have that information typed out so that a web crawler and a screen reader can understand it. Documents. If you are uploading board packets or summer registration forms that people are to download, we need to be looking at better practices for this. As of right now, a PDF, which is short for portable document format, are not guaranteed to be fully accessible documents, especially if they've just been scanned in and not printed from an actual document. All of that means that we need to be looking at those things and better practices. We'll be talking about training for some of that and coming up with those best practices. Features themselves don't usually change, but the information on web calendars might. You may be, depending if you're using Talkify or some of the other web calendars, if you're adding an image, there may be a place that you need to add alt text to your web calendar. So even if you're not on your website, but you're doing it through Talkify or another, or Google Calendar, and you're adding some of these other things other than text, you need to make sure that those elements are accessible. Because content is most likely to change, and the library staff are the ones making these change, this is the area you have the greatest responsibility. So accessibility and website content responsibility. Lean Wisconsin websites will be researching and developing best practices and standards for adding website content as we learn more about how our platforms are going to evolve and work. And we will provide training to libraries on that best practices and checking on websites to assure content is accessible. But as the ones responsible for your website in the end and doing most of your changes to the content, public libraries will need to participate in training and assure that all staff who interact with their website are competent in those best practices and adding accessible content. You need to implement best practices and processes that will result in all content adding to your site is fully accessible by your deadline. And again, for most of you, you have until April 24th or 26th, 2027. Excuse me. As this evolves, you'll need to stay involved and up to date, and assuring that those staff doing that work receive that training. So at this point, I will pause and give us a few minutes for questions. And I've had a few more come in on chat, but if anybody wants to unmute, you are welcome to jump in and say your questions. Cheyenne asked, do screen readers read both alt text and the description if we type those things into WordPress when uploading images? Anything that's on your website, yes, will be read. So an alt text will be read out loud. And so good alt text, and we're going to have, because I'm going to say I am probably not confident that I'm the best alt text writer. So this is going to be something that we will probably hit the hardest in hands-on training. Alt text should be unique to the image. And also, there's a lot of people who will take the easy way out of, oh, this image isn't that important. The content is important and it's already all there in the WordPress post. That's fine, but you're excluding an audience from an experience on your website. Again, I also kind of recommend going to Facebook and looking at National Park social media posts. They do a really nice job of describing what the images are. It gives an individual who visually can't interact with your website just another piece, especially if your image is kind of fun or descriptive of the mood of the post. So keep what you're using as alt text different from what is on your actual post itself. And we will be doing training on this probably extensively over the next few years. Other questions?
So, Erica, I was thinking about telehealth. We don't have any study rooms or quiet rooms here that are specifically for one individual. Is that something we're going to have to try to figure out as well?
Telehealth is a little different because it's not a service of your library. It's
Uh-huh.
it's not a library, and this goes back to some of those exclusions. We do a lot of things at libraries that we connect with community services and maybe even provide like space for foster families.
Mhm.
Telehealth involves that technology piece, but since it's not a service of a library per se, that's not something that you're going to be held to a standard on at this point.
Okay.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. So lots of good things that we do, lots of
Mhm.
extra benefits. And I think that's where that exception is for third party content. If
Okay.
you are creating a space for a nonprofit or another government agency to provide something to your community through the library website or what the library, maybe through an app or something, if it's not specifically a library service, it is not your responsibility for making sure it's accessible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so as Rob says, alt text should be to support your print content. If the picture isn't doing anything, it's not doing anything for anybody with eyes either. Getting back to the whole idea of good accessible design is going to result in good website design. So anything that's good for accessibility standards is going to make a better website for everybody. It's just like our accessible buildings. As we make a more accessible building, we make it easier for anybody to enter the building. You can get in with a wheelchair, now you can get in with a stroller. So parents benefit from, or caregivers benefit from something that was not necessarily designed specifically for them. So yes, question, what tools can be used to measure accessibility? The only reason I'm not going to tell you right now is because we do have a bunch of them and we have a bunch of resources. I will highly recommend that you listen to, or that you come on Thursday to our training on website. And so again, that's Thursday, the 12th at 2 p.m. We will be having our first post ADA announcement training on website accessibility essentials. If you can't make it there, there's already a recording of a previous session. And I'm going to pull that up right here. So there is the text here on the principles of website accessibility, and then the recording of our prior training. We'll be doing the same thing again, maybe talking about a little bit more. And in that case, we will be, let's see, we will be doing sorry, trying to do two things at once, multitasking. We will do some practice scans with wave.web-aim, access scan, and some of the other tools. We do have a couple of questions at this point about whether the access scans that we are using are measuring to the exact standard that we are being held to, or if they're being measured to a higher standard or a previous standard. Again, I believe all of that will evolve as we go forward. And Brendan did put a list of our other resources for testing pages in there. So we've got the accessible access scan, we've got accessibility checker for Chrome and Edge, and also the alt text generator tool. So we'll be talking about those briefly on Thursday and much more in depth over the coming years.
I was just thinking, Erica, like, yeah, you mentioned we're hoping that some of the big boys will come along and make their back ends more accessible. And I was just thinking, I think that's very likely. But I also think if you're using a third-party plugin, there'll be a lot of people that won't. They'll just opt out. And so we need to watch for that as well. If you're using just different, you've just grabbed plugins that seem to work for you, and you'll need to watch that over the next couple of years too, whether they are thinking about the accessibility, because they might not be focused on government related websites at all. So there's that aspect too. I just thought I'd mention.
Definitely. Yeah, Brenda makes a good point. A lot of these, because WordPress is the open source, and they just basically create a library of anybody who want, just you could be being Brendan sitting in your office and, hey, I need this little function, and now I'm going to sell it out to anybody on WordPress or offer it out. If you don't know that that plugin and that feature has been tested towards accessibility, we need to be careful with adding plugins to our websites and knowing that we are going to have full functionality for everybody. Good point. Well, thank you all. Again, your questions, your concerns, please feel free to freak out at this point. It seems like a lot, but I hope that we can make this more more digestible in smaller bites as we go. We've got 3 years, we've got, well, 2.5 years ahead of us for most of us. And we will have more training on this coming down as we understand it, as you understand it. Thursday, 2 p.m. for website accessibility essentials. This presentation will be on the website already. I will put this in the chat. This documentation is available at ADA for websites on our training page. So Title II regulations. This presentation this recording of this and the presentation itself with my speaker notes will be included on that training page. So if you have any questions, send them to the help desk. Come to our next trainings, ask them, digest this, and let us know your thoughts. Okay. With that, I'll stop the recording, and if you guys have any more questions and you don't want to stay on record, you can go ahead and yes.